Alright, so I want to take you through 3.365. We actually did this one on Monday and I just forgot to record. So let's walk through this one. So we're supposed to find dy dx by implicit differentiation here. So let's get started. So derivative of x cubed is going to be 3x squared. And then derivative of the second term, we're going to have to use product rule. So we'll do the derivative of the first times the second plus the first times the derivative of the second. Derivative of tangent inverse is 1 over 1 plus y squared. But because we took the derivative of that term that has a y in it, we have to use the chain rule and multiply that by dy dx. Okay, so that takes care of the left-hand side of the equation. The right-hand side, derivative of e to the y is just e to the y, but again, differentiating a term with y in it requires us to use chain rule and multiply by dy dx. So that's all the calculus. The rest is algebra. So we just need to collect our dy dx's. So I'm going to move everything with a dy dx onto one side of the equal sign and everything else onto the other side. So on the left hand side, I'm going to put my dy dx's. So I'm going to have the x over 1 plus y squared times dy dx minus e to the y times dy dx. And then everything else is going to go over to the other side. So that's going to be a negative 3x squared and a negative tangent inverse of y. Okay. So then here on the left hand side I can factor out the dy dx. And then divide by this stuff to solve for dy dx. I'm going to go ahead and take out a negative sign over here, so I'm going to call this negative 3x squared plus tangent inverse of y divided by x over 1 plus y squared minus e to the y. And then from there, you know, what you do to simplify that, I mean, we've got a complex fraction, right? So we could clear that by multiplying the numerator and denominator of the large fraction by the denominator of this little fraction here. So multiplying through by 1 plus y squared, we're going to have negative 1 plus y squared. I'm not sure I'm really interested in actually multiplying this out, but this is what we'll have in the numerator, and then the denominator will become x minus 1 plus y squared times e to the y. And that should do it. You could absorb this negative sign down in the denominator and just reverse the order of subtraction there. Let me see the way the book has it so I can make sure that we're matching what the book has. So 3.365 3.365 okay, yeah, so they absorb that negative sign down into the denominator so that their final answer looks like this: 1 plus y squared well, they actually reversed that too, but I mean, it's the same thing. You can see that it's the same. 3x squared plus tangent inverse y, and then they switch the order of the subtraction so that it's 1 plus y squared e to the y minus x, and that's the final answer. Okay, hope that helps.